I'm gonna put on the handle for the lead screw reverse now. There's actually two kinds of lead screw reverse on this lathe. But anyway, that's the one. I polished that, and the other one is just like too rough up here. So I'm going to paint that one. That one's going on right now. There. And there's like forward, neutral, and reverse. There it's on. The taper pin for the half nut lever is just sitting there, so I don't lose it. I'll probably replace that too. This is the end of the drive rod for the carriage feed. There's a ball or roller bearing that's been sitting here, and I took it off. There was a circlip here, and I'm looking at it now and I can see why it was so stuck on there, because the seat for it is damaged in multiple places, and the circlip wouldn't really go into its groove either, because there's damage there too. I don't know really how this happened, because that's inside the thing that, or the casting that holds the whole all the rods. So I guess I have to file down all the burrs here and clean it up. I've cleaned most of it up. Need to take off those stop dogs and clean the rest, and put the bearing back on, and paint or polish the retaining plate that sits here. There's an oil seal here. I think I'm ready to put the drive rod for the carriage back in place now. We'll see if it goes in like it's supposed to. I finished the stop dogs for the other side here. First we put on the adjustable one. And then the non-adjustable one. Just to figure out which way it was sitting before. Not that way. I'm going to ream that hole a little bit, because the taper pin didn't go properly through there. I tested it earlier. I'm just making it much larger, just cleaning it up a little bit. That's enough. Oh yeah. That's good. Here are the bearing assembly for the end of the drive rod. It's a circuit that holds the bearing on, and there's a spacer and the spring, and the closing plate or with the oil seal in there. And the screws aren't here yet, but they go on after I fit the end bearing or end casting there. There the whole assembly is on. So now theoretically I could fit the end casting here. But we'll see if that's the next project or not. Here's the next project, making the bushings for the lead screw. Here's the old ones. You don't know, you probably... Oh yeah, you can see that. It's wore out. So that's the new one, how it's going to look. Or the new ones, since I'm making two, obviously. And drawing is in millimeters. Here are the bushings. They came out on size. And now I'll put them in the freezer overnight to see if they'll just slip in or if I need to press them in. Time to put the lead screw and the carriage drive rod support back on. It's cleaned and painted and has new bushes. So now it's just a matter of aligning that with that. I think we'll do a time lapse there because I suspect this is going to take some time. Since all the oilers are working now, we might as well use them. Let's see if we get oil to some bearings here. It's working. It's just going to leak out. Then we can put on the cover. Remove this cover to adjust the screw bearings, but there isn't any more adjustment left. paint these covers here. Those are for if you have a rapid traverse, I think, then there's another shaft going here. After a lot of fiddling, I figured out where the problem is. It's right here. When I closed up the door, push it up as hard as I can, and now it's kind of in lock because you can see, and there it's open. Now it's locked. And there's clearance all the way up there, even if it doesn't look like it, but here it's riding really hard right in this position here, so I think I'll do a little file work there and see if I can get the door to close properly. I've cleaned up the problem area. I've cleaned up along there, all the way here. I haven't really taken away any metal, I've just cleaned faces of paint and primer. But it's still tight right down here, and it's free here, so I need to take the door off again to get to this spot here. But now it looks like I don't have to cut this casting in two pieces anymore. Just need to clean up that really well and everything will be okay alignment wise. So first we take off the door, clean up that, put the door back on, check that everything fits or that the door closes and stays closed. And then we take everything apart again and repaint this. Well, I took it apart, cleaned up both faces here. It didn't help at all. And I probably removed close to a millimeter or 40 thou, so yeah, I need to remove more, and I'll try to check the shaft that the hinges rides on inside here to see if that's bent, but I don't know how to get that shaft out really, so we'll see what the next step is. I just figured out how to get this rod out. There's a taper pin there in that hole, and now I'll just knock it out from the bottom and out the top, like so, after I remove that collar. And we'll see if the shaft is bent or not. The shaft is straight, so I don't know what has happened here at all, because the casting, everything seems to line up pretty well, so I have no idea what happened or what makes the door not close, or I know that it's tight there, but what causes that, it's still unknown. So we'll see if I can figure it out, or if I can't figure it out, I need to take off a little bit of the casting there, or the door. Since I'm redoing the paint on the casting anyway, I figured I might as well remove that tag with all the patents, because I wasn't completely happy with that. It's still Battleship Grey, the original color. Here's what we're going to do about the door clearance problem. I'm going to take off 1 millimeter of this face all around. I'm ready for what I hope will be the last coat of paint on this ship shield, rear casting and the electric cabinet. I think you've seen enough of me painting, so we'll just skip to when I'm done with it. The painting yesterday turned out okay, so I think I'll try to mount something today, and the casting especially, and the door. We'll see about this ship shield if I'll mount that too. I'm putting the belt guard back on now, and it doesn't line up very well with the screws and stuff, and the electric motor, it sits there, needs to go up a little higher because it hits the casting in there. So I figured I might as well put the belts on before putting that belt guard in place. So now we need to remove that one, so we can put the belt pulley back on. Here's the shop-made wrench I made to take off this ring. It's basically just a weldment and two socket-head cap screws, which heads fits nicely into the ring there. So it's pretty ugly, but and you always think, oh, I'll make a nicer one or fix it soon, but you know, when it works, it never gets done. Here's the setup to get the pulley back onto the shaft. Just half-inch bolts, and need to get it almost all the way over those threads, so I can use the nut to pull it the rest of the way. I'll put the belts on now. See how everything lines up. It's always interesting to get the belts on, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this at all now, because the motor is too low down. Nope. Since the motor needs to be a little bit higher to get the belts on, I'm going to put in the motor leveling or height adjusting mechanism, or it's really a belt tensioning device. When you screw this or fasten this in the floor, then it will tighten the belts, obviously. So I'll use this, and then I'll use the nut under there to lift the motor up to a suitable height. All the belts are on. Now we need to tighten the set screws on this locking nut and put the clutch adjustment nut on. Oops, I dropped that on the floor. And there's the clutch adjustment nut, which goes on there. Now it's just a matter of tightening the clutch adjustment nut properly, or the right amount, and the right amount is about like it's now. There's a good dent feeling on the clutch rod, maybe a little bit too tight. You can loosen it just a smidgen there, for example. I'll try it again. No, that's too much. So the adjustment is really fine here. There, maybe. I want a little more. Still more thinking about just taking up the slack from when you loosened it. Maybe getting seasick. Oh yeah, that's the right one. There we have it. Then to tighten that headset screw underneath there. Clutch adjustment cover. No mistaking how to adjust the clutch here. I'll just and so on.